Hello? Hello? Okay. I think we're good. What's up, everybody? How's it going? Welcome back to another video. In this one, I'm gonna watch and react to and go over the response video that Star Wars Theory made in regards, I guess, Rolling Stones and I think NBC. Yeah. For some reason, they both felt like they need to write an article about his most his most recent interview with psychologist SWT Khan. And towards the end of the interview on his channel, Theory Talks, he asked her what her thoughts were on Obaid Charmin Chinoy, I think is how you say her name. Her comments regards all of that rhetoric about what she thinks about a woman directing Star Wars or something like that. Which obviously, if y'all haven't seen, go check it out. She made some pretty, I would say, shocking remarks. And it's not because I look up to him. I think everything he says is right. I don't. I disagree with Star Wars theory on things, but he and I think a lot alike. And I agree that, if a man had said the things that the director had said, that people would be wanting him to be canceled. People would be up in arms about it. We don't care. Like he said, like so many people have said, we don't care if you're a man, if you're a woman. Hell, I don't care if you are trans, if you're gay, if you're lesbian. If you make and write a great story to almost the level of George Lucas, Dave Filoni, and you leave your identity politics out of it, if you leave all of that stuff out of it, if you don't interject that stuff, if you just make a great story, like Star Wars series said, hell, even if you're an alien, like, we don't care about that. We want a good story. It's not because we're misogynistic. It's not because we're racist or sexist or whatever. No, I don't look at a director and go, oh, it's a man. Oh, it's a woman. I go, what have they done? What are the projects that they've done? What is the work that they've accomplished? Like Christopher Nolan. Yes, he's a man, but he's one of my favorite directors of all time. It's because the man... Sorry. Shouldn't have emphasized. People are going to probably clip that. It's because the man is brilliant. He's so smart. He has such a great understanding of film and ideas and all of that. And I really respect that. That really connects to me. And I mean, if there was a woman to be like that, same thing. I would praise her so much because she understands how to make a good story. I mean, I love Bryce Dallas Howard as a director. I love forgetting the other one that has been on The Mandalorian. And I love great female characters. Padme, Leia, Ahsoka, Hera. Trying to think. Oh, yeah, Yaddle. Like just a little bit that we've seen of her. I loved her. She was awesome. Cara Dune. For a lot of people I don't like, Gina Carano. Cara Dune. Fucking awesome character. Great actress. Great person. What else? Or who else I should say? Yeah. I mean, just because someone is this or that, that shouldn't dictate how we view them. Their work should. I mean, like anybody, right? Like anybody, like everybody. It's their body of work. It's, who they are as a person and what they bring to the table. Not, oh, you're a man, you're a woman, you identify as trans, you're gay, you're lesbian, whatever. So anyways, that's my little spiel. We'll get into watching the video here. Again, you know, these are my opinions, these are his opinions. Both of these hit pieces, they're honest, they're bullshit. And like a lot of people out there, especially on social media, they just automatically assume things. You know, they think they know what's what, and they think they they think that they know better, and they don't. So let's get into it. Watch this video and maybe talk about it a little bit afterwards. So this is from Star Wars Theory. Title of the video is Rolling Stones and NBC write hit pieces about me. I've had enough.
If you can find a clip of me saying that women don't belong in Star Wars, or women shouldn't be in Star Wars, or Star Wars isn't for women, I will send you $10,000.
We would be honored if you would join us.
Hey guys, what's up? How you doing? I was just about to make a video. I'm out in LA right now. I leave to Miami tomorrow, and then Orlando MegaCon a little bit after that. And I was about to make a video, and I came across this. Some people sent me, so I figured, yeah, let's talk about it. Rolling Stones called me out, said some pretty untrue things about me.
Hopefully the volume will be good.
So this is in regards to when I spoke to SWT Khan, who is a relationship expert and psychologist, primarily children's psychologist, on my channel Theory Talks, where I have guests on there, and we do live streams every night, and we talk about relationships, talk about psychology. I'm a big fan of psychology, and I think, it's really important to do your work as a person in general. Mental health is a really important thing. So this article says, and I'm recording the screen for you because I don't have my setup like I do at home. His guest said women don't like Star Wars. He agreed, I never did, I laughed, and sparked an internet debate. Popular streamer Star Wars Theory has brought back familiar if unwelcome internet discourse. All right, first of all, why can't you guys just tag me? And why can't you say his guest instead of saying that? Just say Sadia Khan, She's quite a large name, and she has some really amazing takes. Nia D is the streamer behind Star Wars Theory, a channel dedicated to the George Lucas science fiction universe, with over 3.3 million subscribers on YouTube alone. Most of his content revolves around dissecting Star Wars internet.
Sorry, just making sure. Okay, yeah, we're good.
Theories, debating casting choices, I don't know about that, and discussing new announcements and releases. Actually, no, it's more about fan fictions and comics and discussing Star Wars in general and like the lore behind it, but clearly I haven't done their homework on my channel. During a January episode on Theory Talks, his channel focused on critical theory. He hosted psychologist Sadia Khan, who...
Dude, this is a horrible gaming experience. How do you live like...
derided Hollywood directors for centering female stories within male-dominated fandoms. Do we need more women in Star Wars? No, we don't, Khan said. And women don't even watch Star Wars. They don't even care about it. It's a man's little thing, let them have it. Oh, I love the fact that they completely left out, and this is a typical thing with what I've realized. First of all, I like to make Star Wars videos. I never like to make stuff like this, because this is just so stupid. It's just so beneath me. I don't like to talk about stuff that isn't Star Wars. This is drama shit, right? But sometimes I feel it's, best to actually, you hear it from me, then you hear it from the internet. Because sometimes the internet can be pretty loud, but when you actually focus and you listen to the person they're talking about, you'll know exactly what's going on. This was at the end of the interview. It was in regards to me saying, what do you think about Charmin Obaid-Chinoy's remarks about it's time a woman shaped Star Wars? And she had a very eloquent answer about it, and that was her take. And when she said women don't even like Star Wars, I didn't say yes. I laughed like, oh man, we're about to get canceled, because she was speaking and I spoke to her about it. She's like, I don't even understand what I did. I'm like, yeah, well, that's just the internet for you. That's Star Wars fans in general. I started getting tags from people being like, from women saying like, who said women don't belong in Star Wars? And it's like, when did anybody ever say that? Like, I just... It's so weird how people can just twist stuff, completely try to brand you as something that you're not. And it's not really disheartening, it's just weird. I don't really get it, man. This isn't the first time Star Wars fandom has dealt with disagreements surrounding racism and sexism within their own ranks. Following the premiere of the most recent Star Wars films, helmed by actress Daisy Ridley, thousands of fans accused Disney of going woke by having a female lead. They didn't do that with Ahsoka. Why is that? While Nia didn't acknowledge the statement during his conversation with Khan, but then in the Twitter header, they say that I agreed with her. So you guys better change that. Much of the online criticism has centered around his strong and sometimes negative opinions surrounding women characters in the science fiction series and fan spaces. Mostly his accusations that Disney executives have been creating and centering female characters as part of an agenda. I don't remember ever having a problem with female characters. I've always had a problem with shitty characters, characters that they can't write for shit. So I don't care what gender they are. It could be a male or female. Finn was a shit character. He could add so much potential. He's a guy. Oh, that's incorrect right there. On TikTok, women began posting clips of themselves enjoying or participating in Star Wars culture, with women in Star Wars pushing back against Khan's claims. Videos using the hashtag have over 4.1 million views. After watching Star Wars Theory's video, Olivia, a 16-year-old from New York, used audio of the interview to make a TikTok edit showing all the women both in Star Wars and who have enjoyed the series. The video has 2.8 million views and 1,000 additional videos from other TikTok creators using the audio to push back against Khan's claims. Yeah, Khan lives in the Middle East. In her world, I mean, she's never even seen Star Wars, and if you listen to the interview, she actually says that. So in her world, where it's about, psychology, no one talks about Star Wars, right? And so she didn't even realize that women like Star Wars. Olivia tells Rolling Stone she created the now popular clip to remind people how important women are to the Star Wars fandom. Yeah, no one said that women aren't important in Star Wars. If anything, it almost seems like men aren't important anymore in Star Wars. I mean, look at Luke, look at Han, look at what they did with Finn. If you really want to discuss in detail about that, I mean, I've done that plenty of times on my channel, but I really don't think anybody. In fact, I would love for you to provide context. How about this? If you can find a clip of me saying that women don't belong in Star Wars, or women shouldn't be in Star Wars, or Star Wars isn't for women, I will send you $10,000. You have to provide a link. It can't be like some AI, whatever. Provide a link of the original stream or the video where I say women don't belong in Star Wars. I'll give you 10 grand. First person to do it. I was surprised at the huge response and how so many people, including female and male Star Wars fans, came together by making their own videos using my sound. Star Wars was created for everyone. Star Wars Theory pushing the narrative that women aren't fans of Star Wars on his platform by having a psychologist on there saying it's for boys. Wow, so shocked. Who knew he was a piece of shit? Oh, me, I did, and most other sane fans of Star Wars that I knew. Okay. Right, so I can't ask a question about the horror.
Real quick. To me, one of the funniest things about this is they are attacking him, who he said nothing. He just laughed and scoffed and covered his face with his hands, in like a reactive way. Not saying anything, not agreeing with anything, not disagreeing with anything. In reaction to what she said, a female said this. So let that sink in, everyone. Take that into consideration. A female said this based on her own life experience, based on her world, based on her life, Was she not fully correct in what she said? Sure, yeah. She didn't know. She didn't realize. And she didn't think it was going to be such a big deal. And that is what is so annoying here in the West, is that these little small, insignificant things really are blown up proportions so much that it becomes an issue. I like to call them non-issues because it's a non-issue. Somebody doesn't agree with you on something, unless they're close to you, who cares? Like Star Wars Theory, he didn't like Andor because of the bricks and screws. Now, I've never met him. I've interacted with him, on his live streams and stuff. I don't agree with his take on Andor, but I still like the guy. I would still have to meet him, hang out with him. He seems like a really solid dude. But I don't agree with everything that he says. We don't have to agree with everything and everyone. We just have to deal with it. We have to go through life in our relationships and experiences and friendships and everything, ready to give and take, And again, it's funny that they're attacking him for what a female said based on her life experience. I mean, do I agree with what she said? No. But she's just coming from, again, her life experience. I don't think that that makes her a horrible person. And no one is going to call her out directly, call her a misogynist. Right? She's a woman. But I'm sure that there are some, because that's another funny thing, is the majority of people that say the things that they say about men, masculinity, that label people as misogynists, that are pro LGBTQ, all of this kind of stuff, they usually are white women. Most of the time. Sadia is from the Middle East. She's from Dubai. She's from a whole different culture. And instead of thinking about that and taking that into consideration and respecting that, because she doesn't because she doesn't agree with what they say, these white women will attack her. That goes directly against what they preach, what they tout, what they go with. It's very interesting to see how they think that they're so right, how they think that their opinions are the best out there, are the most reasonable out there. Yet they will attack another woman of a different race like her because of what she says. It's really sad. Right? I mean, again, I, as a man who loves women, who appreciates, who enjoys women that work hard, that, you know, make good stories, whatever. Someone like her, I appreciate. But then to see them being attacked by literally their own gender, who touts, oh, feminism and equal rights for women and all that, then they go and do that. It's very telling. It's very, very telling. So.
Horrible remarks that Charmin Obaid-Chinoy made in regards to its time a woman shaped Star Wars. I mean, that's a disgusting what if you do realize if a man were to say that, it would be absolutely game over, right? Like, that guy would be fired, anyone who agrees with it. So what is this? I mean, this cancel culture shit it just doesn't.
That's the other thing, is the double standard. The double standard of so much of all of this. It's gone out of hand. It's bullshit. Because, yeah, it's like if a man said this, or if a man had said something like this, or says something like this in the future, it's over. He's getting canceled, you know. Disney, Marvel, whatever, Lucasfilm, they would be like, "Oh, this is bad PR. We can't go forward with your movie or your project or whatever anymore. We have to let you go." Like, that's how bad this has gotten. People can't speak their minds. People can't. People that are not on one side or the other. Well, I shouldn't say the other. And I hate saying sides. I'm not a political person. But I do have opinions. But yeah, it's the double standard. It's disgusting. It is disgusting. To say, oh, you can't say this, but we can because we're women. What? No. Racism is racism, no matter how you boil it down. A race can be racism towards its own race. White people can be racist towards white people. Black people can be racist towards black people. Asian people can be racist towards Asian people. I mean, look at Hitler. Hitler was a Jew. And he persecuted Jews. Stalin, he persecuted his own people. That is all racism. And no, I'm not saying that racism is good or anything. No, I totally am not saying that. But to what those issues have gotten to today, that people think, oh, you don't like this, oh, you're racist. No, no. Or, oh, you don't like this person, you're racist. No, 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 no. No, I don't like what they said. I don't like the double standard. It's not that I'm seeing them as their race and I go, oh, I don't like that person because they're whatever. No. I don't look at people and judge them based on the color of their skin. When I see someone that is different than me on the outside, I go, oh, that's cool. They're black, they're Asian, they're from the Middle East, you know? They're Hawaiian, they're whatever. But how are they as a person? How are they on the inside? That is what matters. So anyway, just another little thing I want to hit on with that. It's the double standard. It's so sad. It really is. And to see that they don't realize, you know, people that are saying these things, to see that they don't realize that, they don't acknowledge that, and they're just blind to it. It's really sad. Really sad, really hypocritical. It's hypocrite. It's so hypocritical. Hypocritical up the ass. It really is. So
Makes sense to me. You know, if it was something I said, yeah, by all means, I'll take responsibility. Congratulations to Star Wars Theory and his friends. My friends? What friends? For helping to galvanize the Star Wars female fandom. Women have always made Star Wars, women have always loved Star Wars, and women will... My mom was one of the people who introduced Star Wars. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? Like, why are you such an ass kisser? Women have always loved Star Wars, and women will always be a crucially massive part of our community. Nobody said they're not. SWT Khan literally said that women don't even like Star Wars, so she made a mistake. And I talked to her about it on the phone. She's like, oh, yeah, I guess I made a mistake. In my world, nobody watches Star Wars. And I was like, yeah, I know, a lot do. What's the big fucking deal? Like, really? It's one person who made a mistake and didn't realize that a lot of women like Star Wars. And because of that, I'm a misogynist? Because I asked someone what they thought about Charmin saying women should shape Star... Like, what? The more you try to push the false narrative that women are nothing more than opportunists, the more they will absolutely dunk on you and continue to show everyone how much of a clown you are. Man, you really are... Honestly, you must be an idiot. I've seen you float around a bunch of times. Like, you're a fucking idiot. You really have to be. I've explained it so many times, and if you can't understand the words that come out of my mouth, then that's on you. I can't help you there. That's your own issue. I don't know what happened to you that you can't understand things that I say, but that goes for everyone else too. If I've ever said that women don't belong in Star Wars, please tell me, show me. I would love to see it. But until that day happens, y'all need to just shut the fuck up. Seriously. This is absolutely ridiculous. This is so ridiculous. You guys hate me so much and you just want to cancel me. Why? Because I'm opinionated? Because I speak my mind? Because I'm honest about how I feel about things? Because I'm an actual fan? Because I don't like the sequel trilogy? Get over yourselves. There's going to be people who don't like things you like. And if you have a problem with that, then that's on you. Seriously. I grew up in a world where people had differing opinions, and then you go and grab a burger, you know? The sequel trilogy, in my opinion, was done really poorly.
again, exactly. Like, these people, they say and they tout and they preach that, oh, we want equal rights for people that we want to have equal rights and everything. You know, we want rights for those people and everything. And for those people to have exposure and all of that. And, you know, for you to accept them and accept us and whatever. But when it comes to when people speak up and out about these kind of things, these issues, again, non-issues, they shouldn't even exist. When all of that happens, oh, it's like you set a fire under their ass and they come at you with everything that they think that they have. And it's like, okay, why? I just said my opinion. I spoke my mind. Like, isn't that what you are wanting everyone to accept about you and what you support? Is speaking your mind, expressing yourself, all of that kind of stuff. And then you're coming at Theory, somebody like me, that we're trying to be the best that we can and not be cheap, not be bought and paid for by the media. Why is that bad? It's not. It's actually a good thing. That means that we are critical thinkers. That means that we don't just take everything for face value, you know? We take everything with a grain of salt. And yeah, it's very sad to see how quick that these people are to judge. How quick they are to say something. I unfortunately kind of grew up in a religion that kind of was like that. That touted to not be very judgmental, but as I kind of started to stray away from it, I began to realize the judgment. That's all super personal stuff, though. I'm not going to get too into it, but I'm not hating or bashing on religion, so please don't think I'm doing that. I'm not a fan of organized religion because I don't think it should be up to another human to judge you or your actions or how you live your life. That should be up to you. And if you believe it, if you think it's, then yeah, be up to God as well, or whatever, you know, higher power that you believe in. Yeah. Judgment is such an ugly thing. It really is. Because you're making assumptions, you're making accusations, you're making all of these things that cannot be true. And it's exactly what these people are doing to theory. Anyways, get back to video.
George didn't like it. Nick Killer doesn't like it. A lot of people don't like it. A lot of people do like it. Cool. It has nothing to do with being a misogynist. That just means that some people didn't like the film. That's it. Nia did not respond to Rolling Stone's request for comments. You guys never requested any comments whatsoever. I mean, unless it's in my email, but there's no request for any comment whatsoever. So that's some bullshit. But in a follow-up video acknowledging the backlash, Nia denied that he was misogynist and instead said that he was simply protective of his favorite series. It has nothing to do with being a misogynist or saying women can't enjoy Star Wars, he said in a response video. Leave it to the extreme left to always take something that is so plainly put and explained so easily and twist it and contort it into their own agenda and narrative. It's true. Often misogyny and racism emerge in fan communities because white male fans... Oh, God, I'm done. I'm done reading this shit. This is such... Honestly, it's...
It's another thing. Just because people think that white males are privileged and, oh, white males are, you know, trying to be masculine, and white males are, you know, they say are misogynistic and all of that. That's racism right there. You're using those terms, you're saying those things that you are saying about someone like Nia, someone like me. That is racist. That's racist and sexist. It doesn't matter that I'm a man. You are being sexist. Why? Just because of what you are, what you believe, what you think. Why does that give you that right? It doesn't. It does not. See, I'm not saying, oh, Obey Charmin Chinoy said those things because she's a person from, you know, the Middle East or India, or I don't know where she's from, so that's why I'm just saying those several different cultures. You know, oh, she's saying those things because she's that and she's a man hater. No, I'm not saying that. And I'm not going to say something like that. Because that's not what I'm looking at. I'm looking at, oh, she thinks that way. Okay. Well, if her film gets made, it's probably not going to be very good. That's that's the fact. When you have people that focus on these non-issues instead of a good story, you're going to get a shit story. Almost every time. And that's what's unfortunate. But yeah, it's like, okay, you calling out white males, that is a sexist and racist remark. So keep doing that. Keep doing that and then calling us racist and sexist. Just keep on going. You're only proving your own point. People,
Such bullshit, dude. Like, you can't ask anything nowadays. You can't talk about anything. You can't say anything. It's just such fucking bullshit. I'm sorry for swearing, but look, this is just fucking dumb. I had a guest on my channel and I asked her, what do you think about this dumbass director saying it's time a woman shaped Star Wars, which is such a fucked up thing to say. If a man were to say it's time a man shaped Star Wars, did anyone have a problem with Patty Jenkins writing Star Wars? Did anybody have a problem with Bryce Dallas Howard? Did anybody have a problem with Ahsoka coming out? No, we have a problem with shitty characters. Okay, so I don't care what the gender is of the characters. We have a problem with shit characters. And this is honestly becoming absolutely ridiculous. You can say whatever you want about me. You can say I'm a misogynist, whatever. I asked her a question.
just real quick. Sorry, I know I keep pausing. Yeah, that's the thing. And I've talked about this to several people. I've said this. Theory, myself, a lot of other people, we would have actually liked the character of Rey if she didn't turn out the way that she turned out. Like, I was invested when Force Awakens came out. You know, I was like, oh, who is this woman? You know? Is she a Kenobi? Is she this? Is she that? Is she no connected to anybody? But, you know, she has this potential. Where did that come from? We were very invested, very intrigued by those ideas, by those theories, by those concepts. I would have loved if she was a Kenobi. I would have think that would have been really cool. I don't know how. I think there's a theory like it was Obi-Wan's brother, his kid or something. I forget. But if they had actually cared about her character and shown love and built her character and everything, oh, yeah. Rey would be up there with Ahsoka, with Padme, with Leia, with Hera. Totally. With Mara Jade. You want to talk about another strong female character? Mara Jade is fucking awesome. Love Mara. She went from being like the Emperor's assassin to the wife of Luke Skywalker. She's a badass. And no, not just because she's married to Luke, like, she was a badass before then. Because she was a good character. She was written well. Rey wasn't. And it's too bad because all of these things, it makes it so that the actor or actress gets hate. And that's not right. I don't agree with that. I like Daisy Ridley. She is a good actress. I haven't seen her in any other movies, I don't think, or shows, but she's a good actress. And yeah, she's pretty. Not that should have to do with anything, but... And she acknowledges... That's the funny thing. Even she acknowledges that there wasn't any direction for the story, for her character. And you can tell. They just were like, oh, let's just make her super powerful for no apparent reason. Okay. People aren't going to like that. And people haven't and don't. So.
Question in regards to that horrible take from that director, if you can even call her that. And her response is her response. And she said, women don't even like Star Wars. And I scoffed. Am I not allowed to scoff and say, like, wow, that's a hot take? What is the big problem here? I don't understand. People are so blinded by their hatred for me because I don't like the sequel trilogy, because I truly like Star Wars the way it was, and I want them to continue along that path. You know, George does not like the sequels. I know people who know him. I'm not talking out of my ass. He does not like them. He thinks they're shit. He thinks they ruined his story. I was talking with Nick Gillard the other day. He feels the same way. It is only the select few that are obsessed with this new perversion of what once was. And that's fine. No one's saying... And like I said, if you can find a clip of me saying women don't belong in Star Wars, please, by all means, send it to me, tag me on Twitter, provide the original link, and I'll send you 10 grand on PayPal. I mean, that's money I'm putting towards Vader Episode 2, but I'll send it to you. If you can find that I ever said women don't belong in Star Wars and Star Wars isn't for women, please, just do that. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it at that. So this is some bullshit article. They need to fix their wording. Clearly written by someone who does not know anything about me and wants to just write a hit piece for some views because I guess it's a slow time right now. And that's totally okay. Anyways, thanks so much for watching this video and my thoughts on it. This is the last time I'm going to talk about this. Think whatever you want about me. Those who know me, and those who want to believe what the sheep think, do your thing. It's all good. I'm going to keep doing my thing. Shout out to everyone who purchased a saber on theorysabers.com. We're building a massive site, a massive website and store, which will house a ton of different sabers for you guys to choose from, as well as some custom-made ones too in the future. So thank you so much for the amazing, overwhelming sale that we've had on there the last couple of days. You can go grab more of them if you want. Link is in the description. Leave a like on this video, and I'll see you all in the next one. And don't believe everything you hear on the internet. Later.
Exactly. Don't believe everything that you hear or see on the internet. So, I mean, yeah, that's... Oops. Play the mic way. I'm still talking, sorry. I'm still getting used to making videos. Yeah. Whatever happened to using your own head? Whatever happened to you using your own brain, using your own thinking, your own reasoning, your own logic? It's kind of gone, which is sad. The internet has created this very sheep-like mentality with so much. I mean, I've been there, you know, I jump on the bandwagon of stuff here and there, unfortunately. But a lot of times I've realized that and taken a step back and gone, oh, I shouldn't have done that. You know, and find a way to fix it. Or just fix it within yourself. Because at the end of the day, that's the best thing you can do, is fix it with yourself and say, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm not going to be like that. So yeah, like, don't just take things at face value. Use your own logic, use your own reasoning. You know, and if it needs to be, and analyze those things too. Like, say, is this how I actually think, how I actually feel? Or if I've been persuaded, am I being pulled here or there? That's just a word of advice. But yeah, that'll pretty much do it for this one. Again, you know, I don't even know if the movie is being made anymore. I've seen things that say that it got canceled or shelved or whatever. I mean, honestly, it's a good thing. I wouldn't mind it. Yeah, I honestly wouldn't mind that, and think that would be a better idea, you know, them to focus on other stuff like Dave Filoni's movie, the Mandalorian movie, First Jedi movie, if they're doing that, which hopefully they don't screw that up. I hope that's gonna be like Dawn of the Jedi type of stuff. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens to all of these things moving forward, because there has been stuff that's been cut and changed and, you know, dropped because of they're kind of seeing and realizing, oh, a lot of fans aren't liking how we're doing this stuff. It's like, yeah, yeah. Or like She-Hulk, like they blew so much of the budget on a show that was just shit. Just shit. And they hooked us in because, oh, the Daredevil is in there. I love Daredevil, but they didn't have him do stuff that Daredevil should have been doing. And I'm glad that they are revamping Born Again. Like that gives me hope. And Echo was good, I thought. So there is hope. There's always hope. But anyways, before I go off on too much of tangents, hope you guys enjoyed the video. You know, Let me know what you guys think down below. Agree, disagree, thoughts, opinions, all of that. If you haven't already, sub to the channel. Turn those notifications on, smash the like. Check out my other channels if you haven't already, sub to those. Check out those videos, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.